Hi everyone! We're getting really near to Christmas Day, aren't we? And we want to think today about Jesus and his birth in the manger. And we're going to be thinking about some animals that came to that manger. Now, I don't know if you've got pets at home. Have you got a dog, perhaps? Or maybe a cat? I wonder if you think either of those animals came to the stable. Or was it perhaps a monkey? Or a hedgehog? Or maybe a little lamb? See if you can think what animals might have been at the stable. And we're going to listen to the story now. Now, I wonder if you thought there might be a mouse at the stable. Well, we're going to see from the story. This is a mouse called Michael. Now, he lived a very long time ago. In fact, in the time when Jesus was born. He was a very adventurous little mouse, like they often are. Liked to explore the world and see what was around. And on the night when Jesus was born, he was sleeping in his little hole, dreaming nice thoughts, when suddenly he was woken up by a very bright light. He came outside and looked up into the sky and saw it was bright as day, though it was really the middle of the night. He saw a very bright star in the sky over Bethlehem. Michael thought he would like to find out what the star was all about. So he ran along to see his good friend, Ollie the owl. Because we all know how wise owls are. Michael said to Ollie, "What's that bright star in the sky for?" Ollie answered, "It's because a little baby has been born in Bethlehem. Everybody's going to see him, it seems." Michael said, "Bethlehem? That's a long way to go. Do you think it's worth me going too?" Ollie said, "Oh, I'm sure you would find it very interesting." So, off went Michael, running as fast as he could. But it was a long way for a small mouse. Then on his way, he met someone. A sheep. Michael said, "Hello, Mrs. Ewe, where are you going?" She said, "I'm going to see the new baby." Michael said, "Can I come with you?" She said, "Have you got a present for the baby?" "Oh no," said Michael. He hadn't thought to bring a present. So she said, "Then you can't come with me." Michael asked, "So what present have you got?" "I've got the wool on my back," she said, "which can be cut off to keep the baby warm." So Michael left her and carried on with his journey. Then he met a cow. "Hello, Mrs. Cow," said Michael. "Where are you off to?" The cow said, "I'm going to see the new baby." "Would you give me a ride on your back," said Michael, "so I can go too, please?" The cow said, "Do you have a present to give the new baby?" "No," said Michael. So the cow said, "Then you can't come with me." "So what kind of present have you got, Mrs. Cow?" said Michael. "Oh, I have milk, in case the baby gets thirsty." So Michael left Mrs. Cow and carried on with his journey. And then he met a hen. "Hello, Mrs. Hen," said Michael. "Where are you going?" The hen said, "I'm going to see the new baby." "So am I," said Michael. "Can I come with you?" The hen said, "Only if you have a present for the baby." "Oh, I don't," said Michael. "So what have you brought?" "Eggs," said the hen. "I don't see any eggs," said Michael. "That's because I haven't laid them yet," said the hen, and off she went. Michael started to feel sadder and sadder, but then he came to the stable. He so wanted to go in, so he walked a little closer and closer, but then suddenly there was a cat right in front of him, a big tabby cat. "Just what do you think you're doing here?" said the cat. I just want to see the new baby," said Michael. "And have you brought a present?" said the cat. No, said Michael. "Well, you're not coming in," said the cat, and he went to chase Michael. But Michael scampered away round the side of the stable. There he was, tired and a bit scruffy, and he couldn't get in to see the new baby and all the visitors. He sat down and felt like crying. And then he started to look up and saw a light coming through the stable wall. There was a small hole in it. Michael wondered if he could climb up to it. He did so slowly, and then felt how strongly the wind was blowing, almost a gale. He managed to squeeze into the hole, so he was half in and half out. Then he had a wonderful view of everything. Then he noticed that Jesus' mother Mary was looking up at him, smiling. She pointed to Joseph to look at him too, and he mouthed to Michael, "Thank you." That puzzled Michael. But then he realized the hole he was sitting in had been a draught of wind coming through, and Jesus might have felt cold, but he had stopped the draught. So he stayed there for the rest of the night and listened to Mary singing a lullaby. Then he saw Joseph cut off some of the sheep's wool and put it over Jesus. The cow was milked and the hen laid her eggs. When morning came, Michael climbed down the outside wall and headed for home. By the time he got back, he was very tired, but his friend, Ollie the owl, was waiting for him. "I've heard all about it," said the owl. "I've spoken to the sheep, the cow, and the hen. They told me how you didn't get in to see the baby because you didn't have a present to give." Michael said, "Oh yes, I saw the baby Jesus." "So what present did you give him?" asked the owl. "I gave him myself for as long as he needed me," said Michael. "You did what?" "I gave him myself for as long as he needed me," said Michael. And then he explained about the hole and the draught and how he'd stopped baby Jesus getting cold. So we're going to try and make some cakes that have baby Jesus in the manger. We've got a chocolate muffin and we've got a biscuit, any round biscuit you can use to choose from. So let's do the chocolate muffin. And I'm going to start first with baby Jesus. Now, I expect a lot of you know jelly babies. You need to get some jelly babies first. And when you tip them out, you won't find many that are yellow or orange. But that's the colours that you need for baby Jesus. So I've got some yellow and some orange. And then you need some fondant icing. Now you can get this at most supermarkets. It's all ready for you. You don't have to mix. You just use it as it is. It's a bit like plasticine, but it's edible. So open your packet and cut off a piece of the fondant icing. You don't need very much. And you'll find it's quite soft and ready for you to use. So I'm going to just move it in my hands a bit to make it even softer. And then you're going to roll it, and to make sure it doesn't stick to your board, put a little bit of icing sugar. Can you see this is icing sugar? Put a little bit of icing sugar on and smooth it out so it won't stick to the board. And then this is the nice bit with a rolling pin. You need to roll it out, turn it and roll it again so you get a nice rectangle. If it's starting to stick to the rolling pin, put some icing sugar on the rolling pin. Keep rolling it and rolling it because you don't want it very thick. Make a nice rectangle. And then where you've got a nice smooth top edge, I'm going to use that edge. You take your jelly baby and you put it down quite near the edge, and then you're going to fold this up as if you're wrapping the baby in a cloth. And you'll see you've got plenty of icing left. So where you know he's just below where he finishes, cut it off nice and sharp and smooth the edges in and smooth the top, and there you've got your baby all wrapped up in cloth. So put him on the side. Now I'm going to take my chocolate muffin. Now I'm not very clever at baking, so I had to buy these chocolate muffins, but maybe you're good at baking and you can bake one yourself. But you can buy chocolate muffins in the supermarket easily. Now I don't want it raised like that. I want there to be a dip so the baby can sit in it. So I'm going to be careful with a knife. You might want to get Mum or Dad to do this for you. Cut all the way round so that you take the top off and you've got a nice dip in the centre. And then of course you can eat that yourself, can't you? Now, can you see the straw? What I used for the straw was some noodles. Now my noodles are in a circle, but your noodles might be all loose, I don't know. But you need to break up your noodles so they're not too long. So if you put them in a bag and you take your rolling pin and you bang, 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 they'll all split up into small pieces. So you need some small noodles ready for your straw. But what we need to make sure is we can't use ordinary glue, so we need to use icing as glue, okay? So we take, back to our icing sugar, you need at least one dessert spoon, right to the top, full, and then just a drop of water. You mustn't use too much water. So I'm just going to put a drop in and then mix it all up. Can you see? You want it to be really sticky. If you use too much water, it won't stick. Can you see how nice and creamy it's coming? You need it to be nice and creamy like that. And when you've got it nice and creamy, you take a spoonful and you're going to put it in the middle there because the noodles are going to stick to it. Let's take some more so we can put our noodles in. Okay, push it round the outside. That's it. Now I'm going into my bag and I'm going to take a handful of noodles and sprinkle it all on and spread them out. Remember, there'd be quite a lot of straw in the manger, wouldn't there? So put a nice lot of straw in for Jesus to be on. Okay, there's my straw. Now we need to make sure baby Jesus stays on the manger. So again, put a little bit of icing on and stick Jesus onto the manger. And there we have Jesus asleep in the manger. Now you might be able to think of all sorts of other things you can use, but that's just one idea of what you could use. So we have our baby Jesus lying on a bed of straw, and we're going to sing a carol about that. See him lying on a bed of straw. I'm sure you know this one, and the words come on the screen, so I hope you enjoy singing it. So there were lots of animals in that story, weren't there? Animals that knew exactly what they were and what they could give, but Michael not sure what he could do, but he found something. And that's true of all of us. There's always something we can do and give, and Jesus can help us to find that. People always need help, don't they? And especially at the moment when many people are lonely and we can't meet together as we want to. We need to find things we can do to help each other. Maybe a phone call or a card or just a wave at the window to cheer people up. There's always things we can do, and God can help us to find those things. So, very, very happy Christmas to you all and your families. God bless, and see you again soon. Bye.